Today we're talking about dump trailers. I've been doing it for years and pressing this button is always was fun part of the job for me. In today's video I'm going to talk about dump trailers, economics behind having dump trailer in your roofing business. Do you need one? Should you stick to dumpsters? Should your subcontractors carry dump trailers to their jobs? Should you do it? My dad is gonna kill me for killing this battery. Dump trailers are very cool. They help you to control your entire process. If you have a dump trailer, you control materials, you control your debris, you control your takes off, you can cancel it, reschedule it, because you have it in-house. Nobody else can interfere with your schedule. You're not gonna get a call from dumpster company that they're running late, and they're very cool. Plus, you can throw your number on your dumpster so people know it's your dump trailers when people drive around. It's another billboard of yours. I hope you know I like dump trailers. We have like 4 of them right now. Look how big it is. This one here you can actually carry a car in. You can tie it in. Other day I literally have seen car inside. Funny dump trailer story for me. A couple of years ago we were removing gravels from the building like this, so they have a lot of rocks on top of it, and we're fixing EPDM roof. We're not going back in, so pretty much they have a lot of standing water in it. So I bid a job to remove rocks from that section of the roof for like $5,000. And because I have my dump trailers, I actually dump all the rocks one by one on my dump trailer, and then I put ad on a Craigslist, started selling them, because landfill was charging me ungodly amount of money because it was so heavy, and everywhere I go they wanted to charge me to dump it. So I went on Craigslist and I charged $150 per load. I made $1,300 between like 11 trips within like 5-mile radius. So when you have a dumpster, you're very flexible. You can do landscaping projects, you can sell rocks from your roofs, you can obviously go to landfill, you can actually rent it to other people, you can haul cars in them. You're very flexible, and it's very versatile in your business, what you can do with it. Let's talk about pros and cons of owning your own dump trailers in your roofing business. A lot of roofing companies have them. Some roofing businesses would absolutely refuse to buy a dump trailer. They want to use their cruise trailers, they want to use dumpsters, and they don't see the logic behind actually having the fleet of dump trailers. I've been using dump trailers for 5 years. 5 years ago I was doing everything by myself. It gave me big advantage over my competition because I was involved in the process. I wasn't too busy with other stuff. We're a smaller company. I like the touch to come to the homeowner one more time in the beginning, at the end of the job, and then I got too busy. Company grew too fast. I didn't have enough time, so I sold them all. Then I moved my dad from Russia to Minneapolis, and in order to employ my dad, I decided to open pretty much new LLC, new company. I bought a truck, I bought 3 trailers, and for the last 3 years my dad was doing my dump trailers. So the way we set up today, we have dump trailer company called Contractors Trailers. We have Stormroof roofing business, and Stormroof Roofing buys dump trailers from my dad's company essentially. So I literally started a company for my dad, and I'm gonna share with you some economics, some numbers, because you'll be surprised that it's not profitable, but it still makes a lot of sense, in my humble opinion, to have dump trailers in your company. We could have it under Stormroof. We did it for tax reasons. I'll explain all of that in this video. So here's some numbers. Here's my pros and cons about dump trailers. So of course you have initial cost, and I would say if you're serious about dump trailers, you want to have really good trailer. I recommend Dodge 6.7 diesels. You can be Ford guy or Chevy guy, but no matter what truck you choose, diesels are made for towing. So if you ask my opinion, go with the Dodge. It's the best in business. It's just like iPhone over Android. And I know I lost some of you. Honestly, it doesn't really matter. You can have a Ford. if you really don't like quality, but Dodge is where the money is for me. Either way, you have to have a good truck. It's better be diesel. Comment below which truck is the best in the market right now. I want to hear you guys. Now, as far as trailers goes, a good trailer will cost you anywhere between $6,000 to $8,000. We just bought one recently. It was about $8,200. It's 14-footer. I do recommend you to buy, tall metal sides. Big difference, especially if you have bulky jobs like cedar roofs. You'll have a lot of waste. It's going to be really, really tall. You'll need 3-4 dumpsters. By the way, with the cedar shakes roofs, it really makes sense to have your own dumpsters because it's light, but it's expensive to buy dumpsters. Even if you pass cost to your homeowner, it would be way more profitable to you to, buy 7 trailers from your own company, essentially. That's what we do. Now, when it comes to truck and trailer, I would say your initial investment, you're looking about 25, 50K. Depending if you're buying brand new, used. 3 trailers will cost you $25,000. You can buy a truck for $25,000. As a matter of fact, that's what we did. My first truck, it was like $25,000 Dodge, and then a year later we upgraded it. But that's rough cost right away. Now, the biggest cost is going to be here. It's going to be maintenance. You have to prepare yourself mentally to get a lot of tires, because you go to landfill, you're going to pop those tires all the time. Side pops, nail pops. I mean, we're a roofing business, tons of nails, always on the landfill. So it's just name of the game. We literally buy 10 tires at a time, and it lasts us, I don't know, like 6 months or so, get a better deal. So obviously, because everything is heavy duty, you have a lot of little things. That's why you have to have a heavy duty diesel truck, because you're going to save on maintenance on the long run. Here's some pros to have it in your business. It's obviously very easy to schedule. When you have a full access, like my dad, he doesn't even speak English, and my production team absolutely love him. You have a Google Translator, all you do is just text address. He goes there in the morning, he dumps his trailers like 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, and then takes them to the first job. We have 4 of them, so even if we do 3 roofs a day, it's very easy for one person to deliver 3 trailers per day. Now, I know companies who maintain 10, 15 dump trailers. You have to have a couple drivers. The more trailers you have, the more flexible you are. So if I would be doing 5 or 6 jobs per day, I would probably have maybe 8 trailers and 1 driver. So you just have always empty and dump trailers. It's not very consuming. It takes about 2 hours of your day to dump and deliver dump trailers. So here you have it, 4 trailers a day, it's 8-hour day. It's not that hard. Or less. So 2 hours kind of generous. It's very good for the driveways. Obviously, you have tires, you don't have that risk of scratching somebody's driveway. That's actually a really big liability for a lot of roofing contractors. A lot of dumpster companies make you sign waiver, and then if driveway gets scratched, homeowner comes after you. Obviously, it's not really good experience for either party. So homeowners like it. We actually use it in the sales pitch. A lot of roofers use a dumpster when they pitch roofs. They say on the day of install, when our promise is not to damage your driveway. So this is huge. You get more exposure when you have your own dump trailers. You can put your numbers on it, yard signs, people see it. You can actually wrap it if you want. This is one of the things we're doing right now with ours. We do already have yard signs, so when people drive through, like sometimes yard signs, people don't let you to have yard signs. And some neighborhoods, they have rules against yard signs, HOA associations. But if you have a dump trailer with your number on it, they cannot say anything about it, kind of there. So it's just much nicer exposure in the neighborhood. Obviously, you have more uses than just dumping materials. So in our dumpsters, we can easily put 3 pallets of shingles. So if my supplier calls me tomorrow and say, for any reason, they cannot deliver materials. As a matter of fact, it just happened last week. They were short on driver, and instead of having delivered at 8, our next option was like 1 o'clock. Nothing they could do. Well, with this one, I could get materials there at 10. I would go there, pick up 3 pallets of shingles and deliver it. So you can do deliveries, you can do pickups, you can definitely get way more uses out of your dump trailers. You can also rent it to others. So in the winter time, in the slow time, when you're not busy, off season, if you have 4 trailers, you can throw ad on the Craigslist. You can keep yourself busy by doing some junk removal. I don't know, just other uses, and you can make some money. As a matter of fact, I've done it a few times, even to my own customers. Some customers say, hey, I'm gutting this basement, how much would you charge me to help me get rid of all of this garbage? I said, well, if you load it like $300, boom, just $300 cash more to your pocket. Now, this one is really big. It's tax write-offs. The more dumpsters you have, the more trailers you have, and trucks, because it's equipment, you get amazing write-offs. Talk to a tax guy. I'm not a tax person, but I'm telling you this saves me way more money. This line right here, worth it all. Like, out of all reasons, this is the best reason, number one reason. The amount of money you can write off for mileage and overall for equipment, it's always there on top of the list. Let's talk about cons. Like I said, I have them dump trailers for 2 years, and then I sold them off, and for about a year and a half I didn't have them because I did not have time. You can only do it if you have extra time. Like if you're the business owner and you're managing your process, like for me, I'm not a production manager in my company. I'm a marketing manager. So my strongest suit in a different area. If I would be dealing with production and somebody else was doing my marketing, different story. If I would be constantly going to the job sites, quality control, dealing with the crews, all of that, maybe. But at this day and time, if I would not have my dad working for me, I don't think I would hire somebody else to do dump trailers. It's just, for me, it's a perfect scenario because I trust my dad. He's an amazing mechanic. He's been in the trucking business all his life. He has a dream job, so it's really good combination for him. He has good salary. It's enough money for him to make, and we can justify him doing it as far as time goes. Like I said earlier, it's not profitable. People ask me all the time, how in the world it's possible for it not to be profitable? Well, look at the numbers. The numbers don't lie. So if you charge $300, which is roughly about going rate, and this is, by the way, not only my numbers. I talked to 2 guys who've been doing it as a business. Some of these numbers comes from guys who've been doing it for like 5-6 different contractors. As a business, if you want to do it as a business for other people, it makes no sense. Let me explain. If you charge $300 and you do 500 loads a year, which is 2 loads a day, it's still a lot. To do 500 roofs, it's a lot. So if you have 250 work days, you don't work Saturday or Sunday. A lot of landfills actually close those days. So if you work 250 days, which is 5-day weeks, 2 loads a day, that's 500 loads constantly, every single day. And you will pay at least $100 dump fee. Some roofs will pay, you'll pay up to $150. It goes by weight, but roughly it averages about $100. You're actually taking, you're pocketing only $100 for each load. So even if you do 500 loads, you're only making $100. That's $50,000. Pay your driver. That's how much you can make if you do 500 loads. I mean, is it enough to deal with it every single day? Because $50,000 is going to go to landfill, and about $50,000 is going to go towards maintenance because it's expensive. You have fuel costs, you have insurances, truck is getting older, so every 3-4 years you have to get a new truck. So it's expensive business because you're always on the road. And another problem, another cons I have, it's liability. The more the truck is on the road, the more things can happen, because when you do 2 loads per day, it's a lot of trips. You go to the job site, you go to landfill, and you're always on the highway with the really heavy loads, like tires getting busted, you have flat tires all the time. So it's not easy business. It makes sense. I still can justify to have it because of all of this, but overall, this is not just $300 and you make $100 per load. It's a good bonus, it's a good process, it's a good thing to have, but it's definitely not for everyone. I would say this, my conclusion is owning your own dump trailers is for companies like ours who understands their process, who wants full control of their process. We don't do it for the money. We don't do it for a lot of other reasons to go in. It's a good business decision. It's a good for your tax liabilities. It's a good for other perks, like being able to deliver material sometimes, going to the job sites, pick up material. Sometimes you have really long materials, 12 footers, 14 footers, you're very flexible. There's nothing you cannot do with those dump trailers. They're very versatile, and I love just piece of equipment. I mean, you can use it for personal use, for your warehouses. I mean, it's just really good equipment. That's the best way I can put it. So comment below if you have a dump trailer. Comment below how much you're charging for them. Comment below if maybe this is your business and your numbers are completely different from mine, and you can actually justify and you can make more than $50,000 a year. Like, how do you do it? I want to hear from you. But overall, like I said, I know 2 guys who closed their dump trailer business for rent to other companies. I know a lot of guys who do it the same way as I do it, and like I said, we're a different breed. We are retail contractors. We like our process. We like to control freaks essentially, because we don't want anybody to have a part of our process. We don't want to depend on other people, on other companies to interfere with our schedule. We want jobs go as smooth as possible, and that's how we do it. Let me know what you guys think. Do you have one? Do you hate having one? Maybe you had one before, and what happened for you to canceling it, and how much you pay for your dumpsters now. Let me know in comments below. I'll see you guys in the next video.